Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Subscriber alert, subscriber alert. Your friendly neighborhood YouTuber is rated A for awesome. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you, and you're welcome. Enjoy. Robocop! Fuck yeah! Oh yes. Brings back memories, doesn't it? Released in 1987 on a $13 million budget, Robocop. This cult classic stars Peter Weller as Alex Murphy. Spoiler alert. Oh, well, that's the movie. Hey, he's eventually going to die and become Robocop. I apologize.
You can't stand the heat, you better stay out of the kitchen.
The movie takes place in old Detroit, and let me tell you, as someone who has grown up in Detroit, you come to Detroit and you plan on being a police officer and you're not from Detroit, well, you're going to die. Spoiler alert.
You can't stand the heat, you better stay out of the kitchen. I'd buy that for $1.
The movie also stars the wonderful Nancy Allen, whose compassionate and strong leadership skills serves as a perfect partner to Alex Murphy. Ow! And speaking of Detroit, believe it or not, Robocop was not shot in Detroit. It was actually shot in parts of Texas, specifically Dallas. The real story begins when Alex Murphy and his partner chase down a crew of villainous villains, Clarence Bonniger and his crew, after a bank robbery that went bust. Can you fly, Bobby? So Alex Murphy and his partner track the gang down to an abandoned steel mill where Alex Murphy will eventually meet his fate and become the man, the myth, the cyborg that we all love, Robocop. Heads up, this is going to be painful.
Okay, let's get out of here.
R.I.P.
Good night, sweet prince.
You can't stand the heat, you better stay out of the kitchen.
So, as a little kid, I had nightmares about this scene. Growing up, as an adult, looking at this scene, it makes you wonder and put life in perspective. Alex Murphy essentially dies, and it makes you question your own existence, your own religion. Does God really exist? How come Alex Murphy didn't go to heaven? And it makes you question heaven. And then Robocop is born. Alex Murphy is resurrected as a cyborg Jesus.
Robocop. Come on. That's for you. Go, Robo.
One thing that made this scene really amazing and really complex, really heartfelt, is that it was so well edited together. You have Alex Murphy pretty much dying, seeing his own death, and then the doctors decide to call it. Alex Murphy essentially dies and fades into the darkness. And then all of a sudden, he's reawakened. and he's reborn, resurrected.
You understand what I'm saying?
Doesn't matter, we're gonna blank his memory anyway.
Well, I think we should lose the arm. What do you think, Johnson?
Well, he signed the release forms when he joined the force. He's legally dead. We can do pretty much what we want.
Lose the arm.
Shut him down. Prep him for surgery.
I think the one thing that doesn't get pointed out in Robocop enough is that Peter Weller as Robocop did an amazing job.
There's a new guy in town. His name's Robocop.
Robocop. Who is he? What is he?
Stay out of trouble.
That's it, Buster. No more military aid.
Nuka. Get them before they get you. Another quality home game from Butler Brothers.
One thing I had to say about this movie, and that's never been talked about, is the amazing acting. Especially all the villains in this movie, and all the memorable, amazing lines.
Better pray that unholy monster of yours doesn't screw up.
So we pick up where Robocop has a nightmare flashback of him as a human being and his family. So now he's going on a little hunt to find out what happened to his previous life and who he is and how he became what he became. This scene right here is always amazing to watch. This is another brilliant scene that was really nicely done. Imagine being Alex Murphy and then finding the people, especially the man that was responsible for your own death, and then seeing a picture of you deceased. This scene in particular always creeped me out. It makes you wonder about life and death and how deep the meaning of life is and how fragile life is and how easy it is to cross over to the other side, to look at an image of yourself deceased, you're no longer alive, but yet you're looking at your deceased self. How did this come about? I can only imagine all the memories and pain Robocop must feel, if he feels any pain at all. I think this scene right here where he goes back to his old house where he used to live with his wife and young son pretty much shows the complexity of this movie.
I really have to tell you something.
And let's not forget the amazing score.
I really have to tell you something. I love you.
Touch of elegance. Hey, have you thought it all over? Why not make me an offer?
So now we're at the part of the movie where Robocop is out and he is seeking revenge for his own death, and he's going after the villains or the crew that killed him. So now Robocop is heading to Delta City to take care of the man who's pretty much been responsible for all the chaos in old Detroit. And now Robocop is planning to arrest him. But there's a little glitch in the Matrix. And that glitch in the Matrix is called Directive 4.
You are under arrest.
On what charge?
Aiding and abetting a known felon.
Sounds like I'm in a lot of trouble. You better take me in.
I will.
I'll tell you what's the matter. It's a little insurance policy called Directive 4. My little contribution to your psychological profile. Any attempt to arrest a senior officer of OCP results in shutdown.
I bet you think you're pretty smart, huh?
One thing I also love about this movie is that we're able to see things through Robocop's perspective. It also harnesses back to the Savior theme of Jesus being crucified. In this case, Robocop being exterminated as if he was not human but a dangerous cyborg that needs to be annihilated.
You can't stand the heat, you better stay out of the kitchen.
It's back.
Here's something that you probably may have missed in the movie. When Robocop decides to take off his helmet, obviously you see the chin guard, the noticeable black chin guard right there. And as Robocop removes the top of his helmet, you notice that the chin guard disappears. This right here is another great scene. This is when Robocop, aka Alex Murphy, sees himself for the very first time and is disgusted with what he sees.
I can feel them. But I can't remember them.
This by far is one of my favorite movies. I probably may have seen Robocop, I would have to say at least 100 times. The action, the villains, and also how in some parts of this movie, how an action movie can turn into a horror movie. You can hear hints of the Conan theme in this scene in particular. Now we've come to the end scene where Robocop is battling the final bad guy, Clarence Bonniger. This scene would have been perfect. The movie would have been perfect if it wasn't for this one scene. Oh, my goodness. Okay, guys, we've come to the end of the movie. If you stay tuned and watch it all the way to the end, I just want to say thank you. You don't have to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here. So you know what you need to do? Bitches, leave.
There's a new guy in town. His name's Robocop.
I'd buy that for $1.